From the dawn of human consciousness, we've been grappling with fundamental questions about the nature of reality. What exists beyond our perceptions? What are the limits of human understanding?
These questions form the bedrock of metaphysics, a branch of philosophy that explores the very essence of existence. For centuries, thinkers have debated the relationship between our minds and the world around us, seeking to unravel the mysteries of being.
Some argued for the primacy of experience, while others championed the power of reason.
Kant's revolutionary contribution to philosophy was his critical examination of reason itself. He argued that our minds are not passive recipients of information, but active participants in shaping our experience of reality. In other words, we don't simply perceive the world as it is. We impose our own categories of understanding onto it. This radical notion challenged the prevailing view that knowledge is a matter of passively reflecting on external reality.
Kant's metaphysics centers around the distinction between phenomena and noumena. Phenomena refer to the world as we experience it, shaped by our senses and the categories of our understanding. Noumena, on the other hand, represent things in themselves, the reality that exists independently of our perception. Kant argued that while we can have knowledge of phenomena, noumena remain forever beyond our grasp.
This distinction has profound implications for our understanding of metaphysics and the limits of human knowledge. If we can only access the phenomenal realm, then our knowledge is necessarily limited to the world as it appears to us, not as it is in itself. This doesn't mean that our knowledge is invalid or unimportant. It simply means that we must be aware of the inherent limitations of our cognitive faculties. To delve into the heart of Kant's metaphysics, we must first grapple with his revolutionary approach to knowledge itself. Kant's philosophy emerged against a backdrop of competing schools of thought, namely rationalism and empiricism. Rationalists believed reason was the primary source of knowledge, while empiricists argued experience formed the foundation of our understanding. Kant sought to reconcile these views, proposing a synthesis that acknowledged both reason and experience.
Central to Kant's project was the distinction between a priori and a posteriori knowledge. A posteriori knowledge is derived from experience. It is the knowledge we gain through our senses. For example, knowing that the sky is blue or that water boils at 100 degrees Celsius.
A priori knowledge, in contrast, is independent of experience. It is knowledge from the inherent faculties of reason. Mathematical truths such as 2 + 2 = 4 are classic examples of a priori knowledge. We can arrive at such truths through pure reason. Similarly, logical principles like the law of non-contradiction are also considered a priori.
Kant's crucial insight was that our understanding of the world is not simply a passive reception of sensory data. Our minds actively shape and structure our experiences according to certain innate categories of understanding. These categories, such as space, time, causality, and substance, are preconditions for having any experience at all. They are the lenses through which we perceive and make sense of the world. In essence, Kant argued that while the content of our knowledge comes from experience, the form of our knowledge is determined by the a priori categories of our understanding.
Kant's emphasis on a priori knowledge led him to focus on a particular type of proposition, which he called judgments. A judgment, in Kantian terms, is simply a statement that something is the case. For instance, the cat is on the mat, or all triangles have 3 sides, are examples of judgments. Kant distinguished between 2 types of judgments, analytic and synthetic. Understanding this distinction is crucial for grasping the heart of Kant's metaphysical framework.
Analytic judgments are those in which the predicate is already contained within the subject. In other words, the truth of the judgment is determined solely by the meaning of the terms involved. Take the statement, "All bachelors are unmarried." The predicate unmarried is already implied in the definition of the subject bachelor. Therefore, this judgment is analytic. Its truth is self-evident based on the meaning of the words.
Synthetic judgments, on the other hand, are those in which the predicate adds something new to the subject. The truth of a synthetic judgment cannot be determined simply by analyzing the meaning of the terms. It requires going beyond the concepts themselves. For instance, the statement, "The cat is on the mat," is a synthetic judgment. The concept of cat does not inherently contain the predicate "on the mat." To determine the truth of this statement, we need to refer to experience, to actually observe whether the cat is indeed on the mat.
The distinction between analytic and synthetic judgments might seem like a dry, logical point, but Kant saw it as having profound implications for the nature of knowledge. Analytic judgments, being true by definition, are necessarily a priori. They provide us with knowledge that is certain but also somewhat limited, as it doesn't tell us anything new about the world. Synthetic judgments, on the other hand, can expand our knowledge, but they are typically a posteriori, contingent upon experience.
Kant introduces the revolutionary concept of synthetic a priori judgment. This paradoxical notion is central to his transcendental idealism.
Synthetic, a priori judgments are informative and knowable without experience. Kant argued they are essential for understanding space, time, and causality.
Having established the groundwork of Kant's epistemology, we can now delve into his profound distinction between phenomena and noumena.
In Kantian terms, phenomena refer to the world as we experience it. The world that appears to our senses and is structured by the categories of our understanding. It is the world of colors, sounds, shapes, and objects, the world we perceive, interact with, and form judgments about.
Imagine looking at a beautiful sunset. The vibrant hues of orange, pink, and purple, the way the light seems to dance on the horizon. These are all part of your phenomenal experience.
This doesn't mean that the sunset is not really there, or that our experience is somehow invalid. It simply means that our perception is not a passive reflection of some mind-independent reality. In contrast to phenomena, Kant uses the term noumena to refer to things in themselves, the world as it exists independently of our experience. It is the realm of pure being, unfiltered by our senses, unshaped by our categories of understanding. If phenomena represent the world as we perceive it, noumena represent the world as it is in itself, beyond the reach of human cognition.
Kant argues that we can never have direct access to noumena. Our minds are structured in such a way that we can only experience reality through the lens of our senses and categories. We can know things only as they appear to us, phenomena, not as they are in themselves, noumena. The noumenal realm, therefore, remains forever shrouded in mystery, a realm of speculation and philosophical inquiry, but never of direct knowledge.
Think of a table. You can experience its solidity, its shape, its color, and its texture. These are all phenomenal qualities, part of your experience of the table. But what is the table in itself, apart from these perceived qualities? What is its underlying nature, independent of any observer? These are questions about the noumenal realm, questions that Kant believes we are ultimately unable to answer.
Kant's insistence on the unknowability of noumena might seem like a pessimistic view, limiting the scope of human knowledge. However, he doesn't see it as a defeat, but rather as a necessary consequence of understanding the nature and limits of reason itself. By acknowledging the distinction between phenomena and noumena, Kant aims to establish a more secure foundation for knowledge, one that recognizes the active role of the mind in shaping our experience while acknowledging the boundaries of what we can ultimately know.
Bridging the divide, transcendental idealism. Kant's transcendental idealism reconciles objective reality and the mind's role in shaping experience. Think of a cookie cutter shaping dough. The cookie cutter represents our understanding. The dough is raw sensation. The resulting cookie is our experience shaped by the mind.
Our experience is structured by a priori categories like space, time, and causality. This is the essence of transcendental idealism.
The limits of reason. Kant's Copernican revolution. Kant's distinction between phenomena and noumena has profound implications for our understanding of the limits of human reason. He claimed that our minds are not equipped to access the noumenal realm, limiting our knowledge to the phenomenal world of experience.
Kant's critique of traditional metaphysics was revolutionary, shifting the focus from the object of knowledge to the knowing subject.
The problem of metaphysics after Kant redefining the boundaries. Kant redefined metaphysics, focusing on the a priori conditions that make experience possible. This shift from ontology to epistemology profoundly impacted philosophy, leading to the rise of analytic philosophy.
Despite criticisms, Kant's work remains a cornerstone of Western thought, inspiring ongoing debate about knowledge and reality.
The enduring legacy. Kant's impact on modern thought.
Kant's influence extends beyond philosophy, impacting ethics, politics, aesthetics, and science.
His categorical imperative in ethics and his political philosophy on individual autonomy have shaped modern thought.
Kant's ideas continue to resonate, influencing fields like cognitive psychology and neuroscience.
Critique of Pure Reason, a Watershed Moment.
Published in 1781, Kant's Critique of Pure Reason fundamentally altered our understanding of knowledge and reason.
Kant argued that pure reason beyond experience falls into contradictions, challenging traditional metaphysics.
He introduced transcendental idealism, asserting that our knowledge is an active construction shaped by our minds.
The transcendental deduction securing the validity of knowledge. Kant's transcendental deduction addresses the challenge of ensuring our knowledge corresponds to reality. The transcendental unity of apperception unifies our experiences, providing a coherent and intelligible world.
This unity guarantees that our knowledge of the phenomenal world is objectively valid.
The aftermath shaping modern consciousness. Kant's critique of pure reason sparked intense debate, leading to the rise of German idealism. His emphasis on reason and critical thinking resonated with the Enlightenment spirit, influencing various disciplines.
Kant's ideas continue to shape our understanding of knowledge, reality, and the human condition.
Kant's enduring legacy. Kant's insights into knowledge and reality challenge us to examine the foundations of our understanding.
His revolutionary approach to philosophical inquiry continues to inspire critical thinking and reason.
Kant's distinction between phenomena and noumena remains a cornerstone of Western thought, highlighting the limits of human knowledge. A continuing journey. While Kant's metaphysics provides a rich and insightful framework for understanding knowledge and reality, it's not a closed system or a final word on these complex issues. His work continues to spark debate and inspire new avenues of inquiry, inviting us to grapple with fundamental questions about the nature of consciousness, the limits of language, and the relationship between mind and world.
Exploring Kant's philosophy is not a destination, but an ongoing journey, an invitation to engage in critical reflection, to question our assumptions, and to strive for a deeper understanding of ourselves and the universe we inhabit. His work serves as a constant reminder that the pursuit of knowledge is an ongoing process, one that requires both humility and intellectual rigor.
For those seeking to delve further into the intricacies of Kant's metaphysics, numerous resources and commentaries are available offering diverse perspectives and interpretations of his complex and challenging work. Engaging with these secondary sources can enrich our understanding and spark further inquiry, leading us deeper into the heart of Kant's profound and enduring philosophical legacy.
Ultimately, Kant's greatest contribution to philosophy may lie not in providing definitive answers, but in empowering us to ask better questions, to refine our understanding of the limits and possibilities of human reason, and to embrace the ongoing pursuit of knowledge with both passion and critical awareness. His work stands as a testament to the power of the human mind to grapple with the most fundamental questions about existence, urging us to never cease questioning, exploring, and seeking a deeper understanding of ourselves and the world around us.